Good evening. Good evening to everyone. In accordance with our program, now we will complete what we started this morning with the PAM Award ceremony. I have the honor to have President Mayara, Honorable Roque, with me to hand the prizes. I will start with the first, which is what we announced this morning, which is the prize for His Excellency Minister Konstantinos Kombos, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Cyprus, for the decision, very quick decision, to assist with the humanitarian maritime corridor for Gaza. And I have here the pleasure to hand the prize to His Excellency Ambassador Economou, the Ambassador of Cyprus in Lisbon. Excellency. Pedro. Can I help you?
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Yes, of course, please.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary General, dear friend, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to be here tonight on behalf of my government and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Cyprus, Dr. Konstantinos Kombos, to receive the Parliamentary Assembly for the Mediterranean Prize 2024, and I quote, for the exceptional decision to establish a maritime humanitarian corridor enabling humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip. The Cyprus Maritime Corridor has been a collective effort under the aegis of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Cyprus, with an aim to deliver the much-needed additional humanitarian assistance by sea to Gaza. Since its inception, the Cyprus Maritime Corridor, the Amalthea Plan, was very simple. As an integral part of the region, in the vicinity of Gaza, and maintaining excellent relations with both Israel and Arab partners, we put forward the one-way maritime corridor as an additive route to supplement humanitarian assistance into Gaza. The idea centers on Cyprus as the pooling, clearing, and screening hub for humanitarian assistance, therefore avoiding secondary checks in Gaza. It should be underlined that the Cyprus Maritime Corridor is complementary and is no substitute to all existing routes, in particular through the vital Rafah crossing, routes from Jordan, and entry points from Israel into Gaza for aid delivery at scale. Cyprus has been and will continue to be a solidarity hub in the region. I would like to thank the Parliamentary Assembly for the Mediterranean for awarding Minister Kombos with this prize. This award will contribute to further motivating Cyprus to continue its hard work in implementing the maritime corridor and through it the provision of humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza. In closing, please allow me once more to reiterate our appreciation for this great honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
The next. Tutto bene. Now we have another prize, which is long overdue. It is the prize that we already announced some time ago, and is the prize for the Tulcea Humanitarian Logistic Hub in Romania. It is in recognition of the humanitarian efforts in the context of the Russian aggression to Ukraine and the delivery of urgent aid to southern Ukraine, consisting of meal, food, medicine, hygiene product, power generator, construction equipment. And that was a center which we had the privilege in PAM to be under the auspices of PAM. And many PAM delegates have visited it. And they were really impressed by the efficiency of what the community of Tulcea was doing. We have the pleasure to have here Honorable Mirela Fortuna, who is the head of the Romanian delegation to PAM, and who is the elected member of parliament from that region. I invite Mirela here to collect the prize.
Mr. President, it was a great honor. Thank you. Ambassador Piazzi, come here.
And Pedro.
And Pedro.
Another? Without me. Pedro.
I'm sorry.
I'm shy.
You're excused.
Thank you so much. Just a few words. Dear colleagues, distinguished guests, with gratitude, I want to thank PAM for this award and for their dedicated support since the first month of the war in providing humanitarian aid to Ukraine. This award is dedicated to all the mothers and children refugees, to the Ukrainian people who, with resilience and courage, endure harsh conditions, and last but not the least, to all our national and international partners who have worked with us to Tulcea Humanitarian Hub. Their humanity and commitment represents the guiding light in a world full of challenges. Thank you. Thank you.
I remember the visit to Tulcea with Senator Carlotti, Honorable Migliore. There were many, many delegates there. It was very, very interesting. After this, we have now 2 awards which go to Turkey. The first is awarded to the Ministry of Interior for the launch of the IADI mobile application in recognition of its activities to prevent the crimes against the environment, the nature, and the animal. And we have here Mr. Hakan Kikashan, who is the Deputy Chief of the Public Order Department, to collect it. Please.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, distinguished members of the Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. In order to prevent attacks against the environment, nature and animals, we established Environment, Nature and Animal Protection Divisions and Bureaus on July 2020. Within the scope of Turkish Penal Code and Animal Protection Law, struggle is made against those that harm the soil, water or air, and those who make animals fight for the purpose of betting and gambling, those who deliberately abuse physically and psychologically, inflict pain or torture on animals, those who produce, sell and advertise the animals which are prohibited by the authorities. For this purpose, Animal Condition Monitoring mobile application HIDI was put into service on July 2020 in order to prevent crimes against the environment, nature and animals. HIDI application can be downloaded to mobile phones from the Apple and Play Store. Citizens can instantly notify the nearest law enforcement forces about the damage to the environment and nature, as well as the incidents such as killing, injuring animals, and torturing them that require judicial or administrative sanction. Until now, approximately 300,000 people downloaded this application and over 70,000 people used to notify an incident. At last, on behalf of Ministry of Interior and General Directorate of Police, thanks for your kind invitation and have a nice evening.
I have now to invite to receive the PAM Prize His Excellency Ambassador Abdulsalam Al-Madani, Executive Chairman of the AD, on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the AD and its long-standing and fruitful cooperation with the PAM, resulting in impactful initiative and tangible action for positive change and effective humanitarian aid in situation of emergency. And I would like to add something else that is not written here. When there was a very difficult situation in Beirut with the lack of medicine, and I called Dr. Al-Madani, he mobilized his network to make sure that very urgent medical need would arrive in Beirut after the explosion of the silos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Can I thank you? Or?
Yeah, let me keep this.
Leila.
Leila.
I think my friend Ambassador Sergio, Your Excellency and Your Excellency both, it was really surprise, such award, you know. After the long relation between Jihad and myself involvement with PAM, I don't know from where I thank PAM and especially Mr. Sergio and the President and all members, board member of the PAM, how we came together joining these two meetings. It goes the history back to, I think, 20 years back when we meet in Jihad. And from there we took, I think almost we celebrated Jihad and 20th anniversary this year. I think very soon
Next year.
we will celebrate the PAM to be the achievement of 20 years achievement. What PAM is doing, I am the witness, away from the same thing what we do in Jihad, away from the religion, away from the culture, nationality, away from the whatever, everybody bringing together. That's the PAM doing. We are all, you can see, sitting in one table. Whatever politics making us to be away from each other, but the PAM is bringing everybody together. So thanks for your effort, Your Excellency. Thanks for everyone doing such effort. Thank you very much.
Before, we had two prizes delivered to representative of Turkey. Now I would like to call another gentleman, a friend from the Emirates. I would like to invite to the podium Honorable Derar Belloul Al-Falasi, who is not only the PAM rapporteur on helping us on the human trafficking, but also because he has a very interesting, important activity for PAM. He is the Executive Director of the Watani Al Emirat Foundation. In recognition of its unique role in empowering youth and encouraging their active role in society through the launch of a special program, the Youth Parliamentarians. Thank you very much for your work.
Your Excellency, Sergio, my friend. I think this program, which is Sergio spoke about, young parliamentary, it was an idea. And we pushed for it. Her Excellency Mariam knows about it because she was my partner, she was my colleagues from day one. And now it became, as you said, a successful program. An idea I will tell you just now. I'm leaving here on the 17th, 18th, early morning in Dubai, 2:30 in Bahrain, because thanks Bahrain is copying also the program, asking the young parliamentary to do the same program. This is the successful when you have a program working on, and we are having the next year also young parliamentary, so it will be yearly. Again, we will need you, Sergio, to be a representative there and give them some of your experience. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I mentioned before that there is a second prize also for a delegate of Turkey. This prize is awarded to the Disaster and Emergency Management Authority, AFAD, of the Ministry of Interior, in recognition of their humanitarian activities and initiatives carried out in the country of the PAM region, including the Gaza Strip, now during this very sad crisis. Tonight, the Ambassador of Turkey in Lisbon, His Excellency Haldum, apologize for the way I will spell your name, Ambassador Koç, will collect the prize on behalf of the Ministry. Excellency, good evening.
You pronounce marvelous.
Grazie. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear President. You pronounce my name perfectly, no problem. I mean, like a Turkish guy, you just made it perfect. Yes, yes, yes. It's really a big honor, great privilege for myself to be here at this stage, to be able to receive the award on behalf of AFAD, the institution of Turkey. Humanitarian crisis takes place all over the world. It's the common things. Unfortunately, nowadays we are having too many difficulties and crises throughout the world. So the assistance is really so crucial to assisting the people in need, and Turkey always stands together with the oppressed and the victims. The generosity and always being helpful, which are the main characteristics of Turkey, at the center of its tremendous works. Disaster Management and International Humanitarian Aid Agency, shortly AFAD, also contributes to these efforts, to these works, with the humanitarian aid search and rescue, evacuation operations, transfer and humanitarian infrastructure operations. For 14 years, AFAD has been at the service of humanity in more than 70 countries throughout the world, in particle conflicts, epidemics, and also it has the Turkey's compassion. AFAD just contributed to the whole world, including the Mediterranean region. So Turkey's compassion to all humanity in need is also a part of our generosity. We are proud to receive this award, and I'm proud to receive the award on behalf of the AFAD. Thanks to the Assembly and its members. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. I would like now to refer to a nomination which we received from Palestine, from our delegation, from our Vice President, Bilal Qasem. And the suggestion came, which is very important for us, to award to the memory of all those journalists who lost their life on duty when informing what was happening. And we will now work with President Qasem to look at which committee. We had founded the Committee to Protect Journalists, which is an organization engaged in promoting the respect of rights of journalists of information during the war. And with thanks to you, Bilal, this will be done. Shukran Jasila.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. For those journalists who lost their life to take for you and to transfer for you the real what's happening in Gaza, to transfer for all the world what's really happening in Gaza and all Palestine. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you all. And thank you for everyone here. Call Palestine and support the people of Palestine in Gaza, in Rafah now, in Jerusalem, in West Bank. When you stop with Palestinian, be sure that you are supporting your humanity. Thank you.
We are going now toward the closure. I am honored now to present the prize to the Braga delegation of the Portuguese Red Cross in recognition of the implementation of the Alcohol Plus project. I would like to invite here to the podium the President, Dr. Armando Osorio, to receive the prize and for the work what you did during the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine and to assist those seeking refuge here in Braga. President.
So speak as you like.
Sorry. In behalf of our local president, Dr. Osorio, we prepared a speech for 6 pages, but we thought it was after dinner. Before dinner, it was only to thank you. I don't know if we deserve, but in the name of our colleagues in the Red Cross and Red Crescent, in all the countries in the PAM, representing the PAM, and also for the refugees in Ukraine, but right now in Palestine, we lost more than 18 colleagues from Palestine Red Crescent. And we want to thank you, everyone, to this prize on behalf of our staff, members, our volunteers. We don't know if we deserve, but thank you so much for this prize.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Finish?
All right, now I would like to proceed with the prize awarded to the Cyprus Institute. I would like to invite here to the podium Professor Stavros Malas. This prize is in recognition of the research and educational activities in addressing climate change and the advancing migration action in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Middle East. Professor.
Thank you. President, honorable delegates, it's a great honor to receive this award on behalf of the Cyprus Institute, my colleagues who led this effort, the Climate Change for the Eastern Mediterranean Initiative. Perhaps I'll say a few words about this. I heard this morning that it was repeated that this region is the home of 450 million people, and in addition to be heavily populated, is a hotspot of many crises, including the climate change. And the predictions are that if we do nothing, in our region we will have a rise of the temperature of about 5 degrees and the rise of water level of about 1 meter by the end of the century. So in 2019, our President Anastasiadis took the initiative to launch this initiative to actually develop an action plan for the countries of the region, and that was presented in COP27 in a meeting which was hosted by His Excellency the President of Egypt, and I'd like to thank them for that. And many countries which are represented in this assembly co-signed the declaration. Now, you often hear climate change, and you think the climate change problems will go away if we hit the so-called net zero target, which Europe says by 2050. Now, I can tell you that if tomorrow morning we stopped emitting any carbon dioxide, the effect that we already caused and the damage to the environment will last for hundreds of years. So, because we have politicians here, I ask you to educate the people about mitigation of an already existing crisis. And the only way to resolve the problem is research. If we stop for 5 years spending 50% of the defense budget to research, we will resolve many of the problems we will have through the crisis of the climate. So, President, since you are leading this esteemed congregation of people, please talk about education and research, as well as about democracy. Thank you.
Last but not least, we have a special prize awarded to Plataforma de Apoyo a Refugiados of Portugal in the recognition of the support they provide to refugees every day in this country. And I invite Mr. Ahmed Hamdard, the senior mediator of the platform, to come here on the podium.
Your Excellency, President, honorable guests, Your Excellencies, honorable delegates, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. Please let me present my heartfelt gratitude and appreciations for this honor and this prestigious award that has been given to the PAR platform in Portugal. It's worth mentioning that after the crisis in Syria in 2015, the civil society organizations led by JRS Portugal came together to create an immediate response to the humanitarian crisis and a platform for the support and assistance of refugees in Portugal to be able to accompany, serve, and defend the refugees in Portugal. The birth of PAR platform came into existence in 2015 with the participation of 350 civil society organizations, private sector companies and institutions, media sector organizations under the umbrella of the national government to be able to respond to the crisis, humanitarian crisis that still we are facing. Since then, until date, the PAR platform was able to accompany, support and assist 1,151 refugees in national territories with the assistance of 261 national volunteers to enable them to reintegrate in the national communities. This award, once again, will definitely motivate all the platform, all the organizations involved in this initiative to renew our commitment once again to work side by side with the refugee community in Portugal to make sure that we provide them all the assistance and the required needs, regardless considering the race, the gender, the language, the ethnicity, or where they come from. Through this podium, I would like to renew our commitment to continue with this initiative, and this award will definitely motivate all the organizations in Portugal to continue with the mission that we have. Thank you very much.
We conclude now the ceremony. I would like to thank each and every one of our awardees, to thank the President Mayara and Honorable Roque for their support. For us, this is a small sign of how much we appreciate those institutions and people with their work bring strong the values of our Assembly. Thank you, bon appetit.